evidence that they had personally seen that consummate asshole Simon Rafer face down in his own blood with an ornate dagger buried to its hilt in his back. Not to mention the nice touch that all the blood had nearly obliterated. The special weave that had, at a cost of God knew how much, emblazoned Marbury Marfan in a deep red across the width of the cream carpet. The whole thing would no doubt have to be replaced. I didn't see Jenna get off the elevator, but suddenly she was beside me. And despite our almost 30-year age difference, we have a joshing relationship. Did you have to ruin the carpet, Jenna? Robert, I had every good reason to off him, but I would have put the knife very precisely lower down. You're not sad he's dead, then? Are you sure he's dead? I touched him. He's ice cold. You found him? Yeah. So you're a suspect? I guess so, technically, anyway. Well, I'm not, and I'm out of here. I can work at home. With that, she turned crisply on her little black Mary Janes and was gone. A guy in a baggy suit stepped up and flashed his badge at me. I'd only seen that in the movies. Never been flashed personally before. Are you the guy who found him? Yes, I am. You're Robert Tarza? Yes. Your partner here? Yes. I'm Detective Spritz, homicide. Is there somewhere we can talk? My office would work, but we'd have to cross the yellow tape. Can't do that. Okay, let's use the conference room on 84. Spritz followed me down the elevator and into the main conference room on 84. It used to be called 84A, but the year before, the firm had given all of its conference rooms names. There was even a naming contest and a formal naming committee. Big law firms have lots of mindless committees designed to make the people on them feel important. I submitted co-chiefs for this one, since so many of my fellow litigators like to think of themselves as members of the warrior class. But co-chiefs wasn't picked. 84A is now called Da Vinci. Now, Da Vinci was designed to impress. Its floor-to-ceiling windows looked northwest into the hills, with the Pacific as a distant backdrop. The decor is understated Italian contemporary, although what that look has to do with Leonardo is beyond me. I sat down on the side of the table that faces away from the windows so that Spritz would have to face the view. I did it on purpose. Although I had of late come to feel much more like a tenant farmer at Marbury Marfan than a true partner-owner of the place, 36 years at the firm had not left me immune to the nuances of status. Making the other person face the view leaves them to admire the wealth and power that can afford to have the view, particularly someone like Spritz. Perhaps I imagined it, but he seemed a tad ill at ease. I didn't think he was accustomed to investigating the murders of managing partners at elite international law firms. Spritz took out a notebook. Mind if I take some notes? Not at all, Detective. I gather that the deceased was a rather big cheese around here. He was the managing partner of the firm. What does that mean exactly, Mr. Tarza? Well, it means he was the biggest cheese. Sort of the CEO of the firm. But without the kind of power a CEO has. For the most part, a managing partner can't tell people what to do. He can only punish them if they don't do it. Punish them? Yeah, like cut their compensation, or redo the floor their office is on, so they have to go live in a temporary closet for a year. Or discover they're the perfect candidate to open the firm's new office in Bangladesh, that kind of thing. Did Mr. Rafer have any enemies that you know of? No. Now, some might think that I lied about that, but after years of advising clients to answer questions asked in depositions literally, I can honestly say that Spritz asked the wrong question. Simon had no announced enemies that I knew of, just a lot of people with a potential motive to kill him. I thought to myself that I could teach Spritz a thing or two about how to ask questions.